my goodness. I can't believe we're back. We got Mr. Biscuit himself.
It's a strange time we're living in, broken but feeling hierarchy.
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and I got the fan favorite back in the house, the one and only Mr. Biscuit. What's up?
Good? What's good, man?
Hey, man, it's been a minute. How you been?
It's a new day. I'm ready to get back into it, buddy.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Now, since then, this is so funny to me how disconnected you are from like social media.
Yeah.
So I hit him up, and Ren put our reaction on his Instagram. And
shout out to Ren, man.
Yeah. So this is Mr. Biscuit from that reaction. And anyways, the craziest thing is I noticed it's like one of his most viewed reels or videos on his Instagram. It's not the most viewed, but it's like top 5, which is insane because that's just remarkable. There's something there that was
for
captured.
sure. I think he pinned it on IG, which was pretty dope. Shout out to Ren for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, I thought that was wild. But the funniest thing, the reason I thought it was wild is because he just didn't know. And I had tagged him in it. He still didn't know. One day I sent it to him. I was like, bro, I tagged you in this. This has almost 16 million views. He's like, oh, word.
You know what's insane?
Yeah, Ren's tight.
You know what's insane, bro? It's like people would approach me at work, and I still didn't get it. People approach me at work, be like, yo, are you the guy from the Ren video? And I was like, yeah. But that still didn't clue me into like, yo, maybe there's a lot of people who've seen this.
Yeah.
But
anyways, we got a really good first-time reaction to, I think it was The Hunger, Hi Ren, and then Ren busking. And all that's on the channel. Go check it out. You'll love it. But we got Mr. Biscuit back, and he's never heard Money Game, and he's never heard any of them, seen any of the videos. So right now, we're doing a Ren roller coaster. Pause. No Diddy times infinity.
No Diddy times infinity is crazy.
We are about to watch all of the Money Games right here and now. And if you guys are here for it, like, share, comment, subscribe.
When did this one drop?
Oh, this is kind of old. Like part 3 was more recent. It's
okay.
Like, I think it's a year old or a few months. We'll go into it. With him, you know, because the upload.
That's right, yeah.
See, with the classic stuff, you don't know because it's like uploaded 12 years ago, came out in the 70s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, let's get it, y'all. Welcome back.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. 40.
All right, if you guys are wondering about the new intro, it's because some weird composition company has been copyright claiming all my old videos with "The Boys Are Back in Town," which we replayed, I resung and all of that, and I could beat the copyright, but the time it takes, it's just BS. YouTube's on some BS, so I had to switch up the intro. Was something I enjoyed, so I just want y'all to know Don is still in the mix. We got our channel, the 40-year-old FUQ Boys. I'll link it in the description. And now I have another channel, Pegasus vs. the World, where I do a lot of commentary and different stuff there. So if you want to check it out, link in the description. If you want access to these reactions early, we have a membership on the channel. That link's in the description as well. And there's a huge catalog of reactions that have not been released to the public yet. Also, I update it every single day. There's never an obligation. Just remember, thank you for your support. Huge shout out to all the members. Let's get this going. Now, this is from Ren's official YouTube channel. Please go over there and watch this without us, because what we do is never a substitute for the original content. I always plug that now at the beginning because it is an important piece for me to promote all the stuff that I'm reacting to on this channel. So, all right, man, we're going to get into this. Let's see what you think about this. Now, I haven't done a Ren reaction in so long. This is kind of weird. Like I kind of, you know,
and you already know, so because you've seen this already. You kind of know what I'm in for because you pulled something last time, bro. With the
when he's busking out in the streets.
Yeah, bro. He's like,
call it murder.
I have no idea what to expect at that point. So is it's gonna be one of those or what?
Hey man, just watch. Man.
Ren is a wild boy, man. Let's get it.
All right, Ren Money Game Part 1.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose, but who's fooling who? A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we like to point the blame, 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 blame.
What genre is Ren? Like it's what's so dope about him, in my opinion, is like I almost feel sometimes like he's creating his own genre. You know, it's like you don't. What category do you put it in? Do you put it in rap? Do you put it in?
Yeah, because even with
It's
this,
so
this
dope.
hook has like a ska or reggae-ish influence,
Right.
The way he's presenting it.
Because a lot of people, when they would try to put a lot of genres together, one of the greats are like Red Hot Chili Peppers at like putting different genres together and knowing how to cross genres and still make it sound dope. But that's an extremely rare achievement for an artist. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like Ren does that effortlessly with the things that are his own music. You know what I mean?
Ren is the artist of this generation. He's literally the Avatar, the Last Airbender.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like he came to save the world.
Yo, if you don't mind, bro, so I might like piss off some of the fans. You mind like starting this over?
Oh, from the very beginning?
Yeah, just because, man, it's so dense. I want to be able to feel what he's saying while watching, because the thing is, he's pulling you in with the rope. It's so dynamic and deep with the meaning that I feel like I want to keep it going and not interrupt it, but I also have things to say. You feel me?
Sure. Now, what I want to highlight, as you notice, because he notices all these little intricate details, like he's like the rope, he's like, yo, it's pulling me in. Also the lyrics, the music. But what I just want to highlight as you go into this, which makes this even extraordinary, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Look, this is a live performance again. This is a lapel mic. So, and also the dude playing, did you notice his guitar is mic'd up? This is all being done in real time. And I'm pretty sure this is the one that was done in one take. I think Money Game 3, they did different angles and stuff, but this was done in one take. So keep that in the back of your mind as you watch this, because it adds another extraordinary feat to accomplishing doing this video.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, he wanted to see it from the beginning. This is going to be a fun reaction. Let's go.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly.
Bro, with what he's talking about, bro, like, it's ironic that the person playing the guitar is complicit in his own victimization. So think about it. He's playing the guitar. Like, Ren is clearly the one who has tied him up and put him in this position. That's the rope coming toward Ren. And so Ren is telling the story of what they're doing to you. And by having this guy who's tied up playing the guitar, he's saying, we're complicit in what's happening to us.
Hold up. Hey. Woman.
That's all I got to say.
Bro.
Yo.
Ren is somewhere else, man.
Facts.
He really is. So yeah, let's keep it going.
Blinded by illusions to choose, but who's fooling who? A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole world burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
Pause it. Stop is like, he has complete control. Another eerie thing about what's going on here is that the perpetrator is telling the victim what he's doing to him. And you hear so many people saying it's so out in the open now. Like they've got us so in this position to where they can just clearly say the corruption.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, it's just a regular thing nowadays to where they don't even have to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
And so with Ren, like going around telling him like this is the way that it works, it's like you can't do anything once you're in this position. Right? Tripping.
This old money game. Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered and murdered like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent, I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak, our opinions aren't our own, and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, blame.
I don't mean to resurrect any traumas for anybody, but anyone who has seen the movie A Clockwork Orange, there's a messed up scene that I'm not going to go into, but they're very cheerfully kind of skipping around and twirling around these, canes. I think he's singing in the rain. And it's a really, really kind of messed up scene. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. Okay. So what's understood doesn't need to be spoken. But it's like the glee and the cheerfulness that belongs to those who have power and who kind of lord it over the people who are just blindly following the steps and going through the process is insane.
Absolutely.
And he kind of embodies that in this scene right here.
Yeah, he really does. The other thing that I picked up on when I did my first time reaction, what you picked up on is glee, or your comparison with a Clockwork Orange. The way his overcoat is moving or whatever he's wearing,
right?
It kind of reminded me of Batman. Then his movements reminded me of like the Joker. The way he's like, into the frames and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of things here. And I think that could just be coincidental in that sense. But he has taken on like this Joker character, which is very similar to the Clockwork Orange characters that you speak of who have all this power, that gang, and them, abusing people
for sure.
That scene.
To all of my readers out there, there's a book called Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo Freire. Incredible book. It's a short book too, but he talks about, one of my favorite lines in it is, it's not the role of the oppressor to free the oppressed. It's the job of the oppressed to free himself and then go back and free the oppressor. Because the oppressor is going insane by dint of being that oppressor. You feel me? So it's like what he's doing in this, he's losing it too. You know what I'm saying? Like this joint gets real, real, real dark.
Remember what you just said. Let's go. I'm going to remember that.
Blame, blame, it's easier to blame. But point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Still performing. Live audio.
This whole money game. This old money game.
So I'm going to have to rewatch that on my own time. However, the first time I got goosebumps with this is when he like arrested the guy's means of, because what does that guitar mean? The guitar that the victim is constantly playing. That could be any mundane, repetitive thing that the system has you doing in order to chase or to play the money game, right? It seems to me on first watch that Ren is saying that at some point they're going to start messing with your ability even to do that, right? And it seems like we're on the cusp of that era where it's like people are going to start losing their jobs to AI and all this. Like, at the end of the day, what was it all worth? What was the money game all worth at the end of the day? Right. And perhaps, I don't know what pouring the gasoline on himself and lighting it represents, but maybe it means that the money game eventually eviscerates itself.
I'm going to punch in. It's interesting because you had this unique foresight from the book, and you said something about setting yourself free. And taking yourself out like that is setting yourself free, you know? But in this sense, you were looking at him as the oppressor. So, you know, I think there's many ways to interpret this. I've done this reaction numerous times here, and I think you saw it in a different way, and you really were able to connect the dots with the cinematic art and the musical art.
Right.
And I do think there is something there. And I think that ending, when I look at it from the aspect you were talking about, I think the ending is unique, but there is something about it self-destructing. You see the greed and stuff, like a self-destructing.
It's self-destructive, right?
It's self-destructing. But there was something interesting you said that I never even took for the money concept, was that
Was it the Paulo Freire quote?
Yeah, it's the fact that as the oppressed, it's up to you to set yourself free. And then instead of going back and oppressing the oppressor and be like, you were wrong, because we have all these conversations in America. You did this to us. Now we want to see you like this.
Right.
And it's, you have to free them.
Yeah.
That is so valiant. Like, I'm actually lost in that concept, how this is interwoven in this concept as well.
Right. And that's the most difficult thing, not to learn the behavior. Because so many times in revolution, the problem with revolution is you become the thing that you are trying to revolt against.
Sure.
You just reawaken it in yourself and you become the tyrant.
Yep.
Right. And so the brilliance of Paulo Freire in that book, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, is like, look, you can't, once you free yourself, that the immediate thought is everything the oppressor did to me, I'm going to visit that upon the oppressor. But then the spirit of the oppressor has now possessed you.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
But I'm going to have to watch this 4, 5, 6, 7 more times.
This is just part 1. We're about to watch part.
Wait.
This is
don't do that, bro. This is done. No, don't do that, bro. This is done. There's 2.
There's 2 more parts we're about to watch.
You're bugging, bro. We'll watch. Listen, let's watch them part 2 next year, and then part 3. But I wanted your insight on this. What do you think that it meant? He has the guy's head covered, right? But then when he starts messing with the guitar, he starts grabbing the guitar and stopping him from playing the music. He does something to him that we're not allowed to see. And then when he goes away, the guy now has some drawings like on his face, almost like eyes.
Yes.
I'm struggling. What does that mean?
I don't necessarily, I mean, I think it's up to interpretation. I think he had a specific meaning, but this is what happened. Like, so he's kind of roughing him up and then he draws the eyes on. And what's unique is he sits in front of him as he incinerates, himself. He destroys. So that's why I'm saying, like, there is confusion here, but there is meaning, but the lyrics are very straightforward. That's what kind of gets you through it. But like, I go back and forth with, because there's so many different concepts unfolding in this. I've went back and forth on this one, and this is similar to now high Ren is difficult in the sense of interpretation too, because it can go many ways when we're talking about vices. But this, like, the cinematic art here is different, because you're bringing up things that I was like, yeah.
Does Ren have a writing team?
No, he writes.
No, I don't mean the lyrics. I mean the concept for the video.
I think him and Sam come up with the most of that. So Sam's his video guy, and he works with a couple others from time to time, but him and Sam come up with these concepts, and I think he comes up with the majority of it.
Because the reason I say this amount of brilliance, bro, so many people have giant budgets for their videos. Bruh.
They have a writing team to come up with ideas.
This was like, he got some rope, he got somebody. So he does a brilliant job.
What I noticed from Ren that kind of comes out through his artistry, I've been going down the classic reactions, the rabbit hole of classic music, and I'm starting to be able to pinpoint people who've influenced him the most from his style. And I didn't see, so Sting from The Police was obvious from some of the stuff he busks. Right. But I can tell now, because I wasn't aware of a lot of this music, but David Bowie. And when you think of Starman and Space Odyssey, I believe it is, in certain things.
David Bowie's like, it's a nice day for a white wedding.
Did he do that song?
I think so. Wasn't that David Bowie?
Wasn't that Billy? I don't know. I don't know. But there's a bunch of stuff that I'm uncovering. And so, like, I'm seeing the brilliance also have an origin point from, just the people that come before you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that inspiration from others that come before you. So it's really cool, because I do honestly think he's this generation's artist that people miss. Like, remember we watched AC/DC did the first time reaction to Thunderstruck? Right. And you were like, this doesn't happen anymore. That was like the first thing, because there is this classic moment in time that happened in the 60s, 70s, parts of the 80s, even the 90s, that it's just not as prevalent today. So when you see someone like Ren, you're like, oh, I got to tip my hat.
For sure.
All right, you guys. So I want to explain what's going on. We are doing the Ren roller coaster, but you're going to see this video, or one of them. This is going to be the entirety. We are reacting to Ren Money Game Part 1, which we just did, Part 2 and Part 3. It'll probably, who knows, it's probably going to be 45 minutes, an hour long. But I will also clip it up in parts where you can just see part 1, 2, and 3. So just a heads up. So, because sometimes people get a little weird, like, yo, I already saw this. Look, it's just so people can digest it in different ways. You know what I mean? So just letting you guys know. But that was Mr. Biscuit's first time reaction to Money Game part 1. Actually, I want to show you just a second of this. This is not about me, you guys. I don't want to do that. But he inspired me. He inspired me, and I just want you to hear how we made this beat, because he inspired me, and I made a retake of this, right? And it's like a little bit of a play off of his video. I just want you to hear the beat. Anyone who hasn't seen this, you can go to the channel and check it out. Well, hold on. I just want to play the beat, though.
Some people live for it, some people die for it. Some people go to work, some aspire for it. Some people go to war, some fight fires for it. Some people become liars, only desire for it. How many people?
Anyway, I just wanted to.
You snap, bro.
But the beat, I was so, because my producer did a reaction, a first time reaction on this channel to REN Money Game, Blitz. And he's like, yo, I can make a beat out of it. He immediately said that. And then one day I was like, yo, do it. And then I made the song, and it's just a different, there's so many ways to look at money.
Yeah.
And so I have my own way of looking at it, but I love how Ren exposes the very dark side of it, which is greed and power corrupting.
Yeah.
But I think there's also a light side of it, and that's what I kind of covered in mine. But he's absolutely correct with his angles. So I don't want people to think I'm trying to take from him, or, you know what I'm saying? Like I was inspired by him, and that's a tribute to him. That's not like, I'm not putting that on an album. Like, it's just, yo,
salute.
Homage, my bro.
Now, but before we move on to the next one, I just wanted to say, like, for just as a theory, just because my mind bakes, Ren is becoming one of my favorite artists. I'm just gonna put it out there right now.
Gotcha.
Like, his ability to invite everyone to the table for an important conversation.
Yeah,
everyone's invited to the table.
Yes.
Reggae is invited to the table. Hip hop is invited to the table. Rock music is invited to the table.
Yeah.
He's just crossing genres and doing this dope thing. And then having a really important conversation at the same time. When he draws the eyes on that guy, so that's fake sight. That's seeing through eyes that are wrong. And then he incinerates himself. So it's almost like as we watch the money game crumble before our eyes in this society, in this time period, we're all freaking out like, what's happening to money? But those are the eyes that were given to us by the victimizer. Those are the wrong eyes to be seeing this through, right?
Absolutely.
So maybe it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying, that we're no longer having to participate in this madness.
Yeah.
So dope. I'm ready for part 2.
All right.